This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Thursday, March 27th, 2025. I'm Marek Mazurek. Whitko Community Schools are partnering with OrthoWorks to launch a program aimed at showcasing careers in manufacturing for high school juniors and seniors. In Whitley County, the Manufactured program will see manufacturing pathway students at the Whitko Career Academy work with local companies to gain fundamental skills, hands-on work experience, and internships. Chris Benedict, director of the Whitko Academy, told Inside Indiana Business the goal is to make a connection between the classroom and real work experience.
You're always wanting to try to make sure that you can connect education to the real world place and making sure that they make those connections to see what they're learning here at school is going to translate over.
Beginning this fall, participating high school juniors will be involved in classroom work with an instructor at the Whitko Career Academy 4 days a week. Then a specialist from one of the industry partners will come in 1 day a week to work with students on project-based learning. Following mounting concerns over the extent of the IEDC's authority, a bill intended to ensure greater agency transparency is garnering bipartisan support. Criticism has ramped up in recent years over whether the IEDC, which receives hundreds of millions in tax dollars each year, has been transparent and fiscally responsible enough. Lawmakers' unease with the IEDC reached a boiling point as the state pursued large land purchases and water withdrawals to support its massive LEAP district in Lebanon. Under the legislation, if the IEDC wants to purchase over 100 acres of land within a county, it must notify the county or municipality at least 30 days before the deal closes. Through an amendment adopted Wednesday, the State Budget Committee would also need to receive notice. For each innovation development district in the state, the IEDC and involved local governments would be required to produce an annual report detailing the district's tax increment financing. The House Ways and Means Committee unanimously supported Senate Bill 516 on Wednesday, sending the legislation to the full House for consideration. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
Electricity demand for a controversial Indiana economic development project has doubled, according to a recent filing with the transmission operator serving most of the Midwest. The LEAP district, led by the IEDC, is among the costliest economic development projects the state has attempted. Land buys and water supply struggles have dominated LEAP discussions, but electricity supply is quickly rising to the forefront. The Wabash Valley Power Alliance filed an expedited project review request earlier this month with the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, writing that, quote, additional load has been committed to the district. The total demand in the district is estimated to be 1,200 megawatts. The Power Alliance says that's a 600 megawatt increase over what was previously approved. Eli Lilly and Company is LEAP's sole confirmed tenant at the moment, but Facebook parent company Meta may soon join, striking a tentative deal with the city of Lebanon in November for an initial $800 million investment. IEDC spokeswoman Erin Schweitzer said the additional load is what's needed to build out the Eli Lilly and Meta projects. To meet the need, the Power Alliance plans to connect into existing lines in Whitestown. It described plans to construct more than 30 miles of new line, 2 circuit breaker configurations, and a new substation. A statewide environmental advocacy group is challenging an Indiana Office of Administrative Law Proceedings decision to uphold a water pollution permit that allowed the discharge of untreated wastewater into a portion of the White River near Martinsville. The Hoosier Environmental Council announced Wednesday that it had filed a lawsuit last week in Morgan County against the Indiana Office of Administrative Law Proceedings for upholding a 2023 permit issued by the Indiana Department of Environmental Management. The permit allows the Eagle Valley Generating Station, an AES-owned power plant in Martinsville, to discharge untreated wastewater from its leaching coal ash waste ponds into a stretch of the West Fork of the White River, according to the council's news release. The section of the river is upstream of Martinsville's municipal wells, which provides the city's drinking water. Indiana Wesleyan University President John Kulaga is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. A weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.